networking architectures, what protocol architecture required, then the layered architecture in that the OSI layer. My voice is okay, na? Okay, right. Okay.
Okay, sir. Voice okay.
Yes, right. So we were discussing about the different networking concepts that at all a protocol architecture is required. And then we went at the OSI layer model, and then encapsulation and caps. Okay, these things we were just seeing. Okay. That's what we saw, isn't it? So to make the complex networks simpler, we need these protocols, protocol architecture, and for simplifying this design, again this OSI model has been is simpler. And TCP/IP later on came TCP/IP and TCP/IP model also is new. Then why encapsulation? If you want to include or information hiding in higher level objects, for that this encapsulation is required while designing the modular network.
इसे क्या वहीं से ये तकलीफ हो रही आवाज एक इसका माइक म्यूट कर दीजिए ब्रिजेश कुमार प्लीज
So, and because the changing of the physical moving cables connections, instead of doing it physically, I think it's difficult to. Please mute your mics here, all of you. Who is the standby? So basically, for that we use abstraction. So we can do it logically. We can link them and port them. For that flexibility, for having that networking flexibility, go for this network abstract. Then we talked about the different types of international organizations that define these data networking structures and protocols and universally followed. Then its origin and all that when it started 1947 and all that. जब हम लोगों को it was the freedom at the time itself, this ISO was also formed, it seems. Okay. Basically, ISO is not a model. It's a OSI is a model. It's not a protocol. And all these things also. Why? What is the OSI model and why it? All things we discovered means we discussed before starting of the class. Now let us come to the different layers. There are very good YouTube links I have posted in the PowerPoint. Sometime when you get some time, you can go through this the PowerPoints. I think but to play videos, I think we don't get that much of time. If we have some time in the end, we will see there's YouTube, excellent YouTube videos are there. Particularly in networking, you have lots of videos. Just you should have the thirst to enhance your knowledge. And right from what is MAC address, what is ARP, what is DHCP, all these things you will find. Which so, anybody want to tell something? So, normally this OSI layer, it is of the 7 layers. Okay, it starts with the, you can see it in any way, starting from layer 1 to 7 or 7. If you see from 1 to 7, then it is the hardware से software की ओर ऐसा सोचना है. You see from 7 to 1, it is from the software to hardware because these are the two important parts. And data, packet, frame, and bit, as one of our friends was telling, different exchange units. They are all data, frame, packet, frame, and unit. Who was telling that? I think sometime back OSA layer का जब आया था तभी उन्होंने बोला था. Anyway, so you'll be seeing one by one. Okay. So basically, 1994, ISO developed this OSA layer architecture with 7 layers, and it is having a specific processing function. Okay. Each layer is having a specific processing function. How to connect? That's what is basically. Open systems means systems that are open for transfer of data. Those systems and how they are interconnected. That's nothing much complex. A layer has been followed actually across the globe. So this is called an N+1 entity, N+1 layer entity. N+1 layer entity, it ensures that the lower layers only as a service provider है ना. इस डायग्राम में दिखाया है कि जो lower layers है, जो N+1 layer ना, higher layer, it will just indicate the delivery. It will treat the lower layers as the service provider. Okay. And N+1 layer is peer protocol. Layer peer protocol. So suppose this N+1 layer is requesting delivery, then the service provider indicates delivery, and then it is exchanged use and layer protocol. Just for a guidance it is given, just so you understand it. So to remember mnemonically these layers अगर आपको याद रखना है easily, the have been devised there. Mnemonic, you know mnemonics. Mnemonics are quite popular in microprocessor and all this. Microprocessor programming वगैरह during his college days or something like that. Any idea what is a mnemonic? Any mnemonic means MNEMONIC, mnemonic. No. Normally this microprocessor अगर आप 85 वगैरह पढ़े होंगे, 8085, which we learnt in college days and all that. This mnemonics are very common. Mnemonic means an easy word to remember. Maybe it may be short sentence and all that. एक छोटा सा वाक्य हो सकता है या नहीं तो एक वर्ड हो सकता है ना, जिससे आपको याद रखना होगा. यहाँ ऊपर लिखा हुआ है जैसे, let me make it full screen otherwise. So यहाँ ऊपर लिखा हुआ है this all people seem to near Domino Pizza. What is this actually? ना सारे लोग जो है डोमिनो पिज्जा के पास जा रहे हैं ऐसा. And other, please do not touch Steve's pet alligator. ऐसा दिया हुआ है. तो इसका क्या मतलब क्या है? इसका OSA layer से क्या मतलब है? So analogy, as one of our friends, I think, it is the analogy. Yes, you are right. Analogy to connect ourselves with some other thing actually. Yes, easy to remember, memorize है ना, memorize करने के लिए आसानी. See, the 7 layers can be remembered like this. If you remember, all people seem to near Domino Pizza, you will remember that A stands for application, P stands for presentation, S stands for T stands for transport, N stands for network, Domino stands for data link, and the pizza stands for the physical layer. And आप उसको उल्टा देखेंगे, जैसे you move from the hardware software side, then it will be, please do not touch Steve's pet alligator sort of thing. And a P for physical data layer like that. It's just a mnemonic to remember the order. It's just layers 1 and 1 to 7 have been written in that way, in such a way. So just for your remembrance I have given. Then if you see the upper 3 layers, they are software. Application layer, presentation, and session, that is for the software. And the transport layer is the main heart of the OSI. This layer का model OSI model का heart है. And the last 3 layers are the layer 1, 2, and 3. That is the hardware layer. Okay. Then now if you see how the data flows application layer, you can see that the application layer is responsible for providing networking services to user. And there are certain ports kept reserved for certain services. एप्लीकेशन लेयर में जो सर्विसेज है उसके लिए एक कुछ पोर्ट्स जो है रिजर्व रखा हुआ है. Yeah, please don't take salesperson's advice also. That is also correct. Yes, that is also correct. This is up to you actually. Mnemonics ऐसा चीज है जो याद रख के लोग IAS क्लियर कर लेते हैं. मैं सुना हूँ कि people become even IAS officers if you have more mnemonics of ऐसा मतलब माना जाता है. It's easy to remember. Actually, you have to just decode. We are learning about encoding, decoding, and all that. So there are some people. I don't know, not like that, but there are some people. It is said that they can remember book, complete पूरा book को याद रख सकते हैं. Having remembered some mnemonics, they are able to remember the whole book, recollect the whole book. जैसे फील्ड है ना हम लोगों का जो टीचिंग फील्ड वगैरह में, there are certain professors who can read whole book by remembering some mnemonics. कुछ sentences जो है वो कुछ paragraphs वगैरह लिखते हैं तो पूरा डिकोड होके पूरा का पूरा बुक का कंटेंट उनका मेमोरी में आ जाता है ना, समथिंग लाइक दैट. Yes, providing network service to user. Yes. So that is what is done application layer. So identification of services is done using port numbers, and certain port numbers are kept reserved for certain services like HTTP and hypertext transfer, FTP, file transfer protocol, SMTP, a simple mail transfer protocol, Telnet, TFTP, and a text file transfer protocol, and all this they have been allotted ports and they are standard actually. HTTP 80, FTP 21, SMTP 25, okay, Telnet 23, TFTP 16. and ऐसा port numbers जो है करके रखा है, and the application layer is all data only. Okay. Then ports are nothing but socket. Socket भी बोला जाता है. Socket है that is entry and exit point to the layer. And some port can be anything between 0 to 65535. Okay. And out of this actually the reserved ports are 1023 and the open ports are 1024 to 6553. And 6553 ports are open ports. Okay. Now we see this. This is also known as desktop layer, and identification is done using port numbers. You have seen that entry layer, and this we have seen just. Okay. That's actually open ports are 65535. There in the earlier side it was wrong actually. 555 actually. One 5 is missing. So this is how our reset website reset.ac. So this is the application layer. Then suppose the TP, yeah, Ajay Kumar wants to ask anything. If you want to ask anything, you can just raise hand. Otherwise also you can just unmute your mic. If nobody is there, then you can unmute. No problem. Pardon? Okay. Aji? So this is how a client and a web are communicating. So the HTTP request is sent, and okay, this is how it goes, client to web server. And HTTP request on port 80 करके वो बोल रहा है ना, HTTP is reserved on port 80. That's why yes, 80. You are right. Balakrishnan is right. So HTTP reply, sending reply on how it goes actually. Okay. Then similarly for FTP, suppose file transfer protocol request, then it will go and FTP will appear on 21. So as soon as it appears on port 21, then it will take it as FTP. Okay. So means it will understand that a file has transferred protocol. So we saw that these are the numbers kept reserved, and this is how it works in the application layer. Then next is the presentation layer. Okay. So the presentation layer is basically for converting data into standard formats. अभी डाटा तो मिल गया है, कहाँ से एंट्री होना है, कहाँ से होना है, it has been defined. But now you want to convert into some standard format, then that is done by this presentation layer. And the most standard formats are perform encoding and decoding. Yes, the encryption, decryption, compression, decompression. Yes, Kavita Meena. Yes, decompression of data. We will see that. So this ASCII code, EBCDIC, JPEG, MPEG, BMP, MIDI, and all these are the different types of data formats. Okay, WAV, MP. Okay. They are all in the presentation layer. So all these things has our Kavita is saying is encoding, decoding, encryption, decryption, and decryption of data, and all this is done on the presentation layer. It is also all about data. And if you see, the next layer is the session layer, which is responsible for टर्मिनेटिंग ए सेशन है ना, एक सेशन को स्टार्ट करने में और बंद करने में भी ये सेशन लेयर काम आता है. तो सेशन आईडी वर्क सेट. Okay, the examples. Example, yes, RPC, remote procedure call, then QL, structured query language, NFS, network file system. These are all the examples of the session layer. Okay, session layer protocols. Then all about data, and then comes the, what is this? This is called the heart. है ना, मेन पूरा OSA layer structure का heart है. And these are the following. Transport layer carries out the identifying service, the multiplexing, demultiplexing, segmentation, and then the sequencing and reassembling. All these things they are done by transport layer. They are done in the transport layer. Transport layer. That's why it is called heart of the OSI model. Layer number 4. We have layer 3 switches. The layer 4 hai ye, okay. And first we got the same thing. The different functions done in the transport layer. So no data and all that. You see the TCP, UDP, there are two different protocols. One is the transmission control protocol, and another is the user data protocol. One is the and another is the connectionless. Acknowledgement, no. You can just distinguish between the two types of protocols, TCP and UDP. TCP is comparatively lower, UDP is faster, and port numbers are 6 and 17. One is for 6 and 17. And the protocols are HTTP, FTP, SMTP इसमें होता है, तो DHCP protocols are used in UDP, user datacom protocol. So the transport layer, actually this that TCP 6 and UDP 17, that's what is shown in this. Earlier हम लोग है ना, this port number 6 and port number 17. For that only it has been shown here. TCP 6, UDP 17. So far so good. It's all about and one header bit, transport header. Okay. Once this transport header has been added, now it is being called segment. Now it's called segment. And now on the transport header, and then another this along transport header, now it is having the network header also. Then in the network layer, it's being called packet. So what is the difference? You can just understand, as one of our friend was saying. Packet. Okay. So network layer is all about router, because this last 3 layers we were talking about hardware. Hardware, then you will have basically datacom and route, the switch, and now the modems, okay, hubs, okay, hub modems, LAN extenders, the different hardware components of your network. So the router is the main which works at the main equipment, network layer, and handles packets. So network layer is all about the logical addressing, and its functions given routing and path selection, it routes packets according to unique network device address, and it provides flow and congestion control. ये सारा functions है उसका. Okay. Basically, also responsible for the delivery of individual packets from source host to destination host. Source host से destination host तक ले जाने का काम भी ये करता है. So it selects the best path to data. That's why it's routing. It's routing. So routing is again divided into two types of calls. One is routed protocol, and another is the routing protocols. It's interconnectivity. Yes. Yeah. Then we have routed protocols. We have IPX, Internet Protocol, and in the routing protocols we have RIP, that is Routing Initiation Protocol, IRP, and OSPF, which is very popular. All our networks mostly working on this OSPF, Open Shortest Path first. Then IGRP, IGRP, that's called. That is also again gated routing protocol. GRP stands for gated routing protocol, I think. EIGRP, that EIGRP? Anyone? What is EIGRP? You people are switch. There is a layer 2 switch. BGP, yes. BGP is also there. Border gating protocol, border router gating protocol. Router to Sigma CD. Okay. So EIGRP, what is EIGRP? I was just asking. EIGRP. Extended?
Exterior, sir.
Exterior?
Exterior internet
Internet gating routing protocol. Yes. Enhanced interior gateway routing protocol. It's not exterior thing. Enhanced interior
enhanced
routing protocol. These are all different names of the protocols. But how do you ensure all this when you buy routers? आप लोग टेस्ट कर पाते हैं using this protocols and all? I don't know actually. How do you ensure? Because you are all SSCs commands where you are using commands and testing them. Okay. Right, but whenever my SSC in charge. So it's what actually, so this what is being shown, how it gets routed in this drawing, how it gets routed. It's what being shown. So you can see just the data, how is it getting routed is shown here. Suppose, so okay, I said data, this is asking www.ediset.ac.in. Is searching for the path. So सबसे पहले एक router के पास गया and just selected the path and gone, reached this. Can go alternate path also. So all alternate paths also it will keep checking. That's what. Okay. If whichever is the easiest path, it will follow that path. Shortest path. Normally shortest path is followed if it is OSPF protocol. So it is segment and then network header, and packet, and then the router, and then the data link layer. So data link layer, it is having two sub layers. One is the LLC and another is the MAC address and a MAC. So you just have in your mobiles also the MAC address. MAC address होता है ना आपको mobile में? To check your MAC address. Have you checked your address? Anytime. Yes, IMEI address, but MAC address is also available for your connectivity, Wi-Fi connectivity. So physical address, you will find that it is 48-bit. 48-bit. आपका settings में जाकर check कर लीजिए, मिल जाएगा ना MAC address also. So in the data link layer having yes bit address, yes, you are right. Or it will have a 12-digit hex number also, hexadecimal number, and all WAN protocols. Okay. LLC having all WAN protocols like PPP and HDLC, point-to-point protocol. This is, I think, high data link or data layer control relay. Okay. All these things will be coming. Whereas this MAC address is responsible for error detection. Device working on data link layer is, we have devices, that is switches, bridges, your NIC network interface card, and all this will be coming under data link layer. They will be all working in this as per this link model of OSI model. So this is what, again, once again, you can see this how the data is getting converted. So this data link header and the terminal bits, I think, yeah, they have been added. Then it is being called the frame. So data segment to packet to frame. So here the switch is taking control of it, and that has been defined. So what are the functions that are being carried out in a data link layer? So is access, physical addressing, and also network topology. So it takes care of these three main functions of flow control, error control, access control. Okay. Controls. Okay, these are all very important. Uh, Data link layer is responsible for moving frames from hop to hop, node to node, and फ्रेम्स को हॉप टू हॉप या नोड टू नोड और उसको कैसे डिलीवरी करना है, ये सब जो है डिफाइन करता है ना. प्रोसीजर फॉर operate communication links also. Okay. So this is how it is. The data link layer is having the main 5 functions. 5 functions. It gives service to upper level is the network layer जो उसके ऊपर है, और नीचे जो physical layer है वहां से services receive करेगा. And the main functions are packetizing, flow control, then control, addressing, and error control. ये 5 functions perform करता है. Same thing has been shown in this drawing also. 5 functions that are performed by data link layer. Piece of layer. So finally, we have come to the physical layer. So the data, the segment, the packet, the frame, and then when you come to the physical layer, it's all bits and ones. And here comes your hub. Hub, or even can be directly your port itself. Port in the switch itself is capable. So the physical characteristics of interfaces and medium, that are all dealt in this physical layer. And of course, bits and rate, transmission rate. What is the difference between rotor and L3 switch? Okay, we will see that rotor and L3 switch. Actually, the difference is very marginal. Very marginal difference. We will see that also. See that what is the difference between rotor and layer 3 switch? Both are working in the layer 3 only. Both are working in the layer 3. Protocols used are different. Okay. And we will see that both are having ports also, WAN ports also are available layer switch. But I think LAN ports are more in layer 3 switch. Let me confirm you. I will confirm you tomorrow. Okay. It's good that you have asked Anil Kumar. Yes. So in the physical layer, the synchronization of bits, the line configuration, physical topology, transmission modes, all these they are taken care in the physical layer. And actually the bit to bit binary transmission is done in the physical layer. So data encapsulation and decapsulation. Your voice is low once again. Why it's becoming low?
Okay, sir.
हाँ लो हो गया है वॉइस.
नहीं सर, ठीक है सर.
ठीक है, वो कहीं कहीं लो हो सकता है यार, पूरा इंडिया में एक जैसा नहीं है प्रॉब्लम. Okay, this is how the data flows actually, encapsulation and decapsulation. If you see, just as we saw that all people seem to near Domino Pizza, and please do this fatal sort of thing. That same thing has been shown here, how it gets converted from data to segment, segment to packet, packet to frame, and again bits and bits to again back. That's what is being shown here. So encapsulation, decapsulation is done. Yes, okay. That's what is shown. Okay. So basically, the physical connectivity responsible for electrical, mechanical, and procedural checks. All these are physical layer. Data is converted in binary, that is zeros and ones, and in the form of electrical pulses suitable for transmission in either coaxial or twisted pair cable or light. Then the devices are, as you know, they are all hubs, repeaters, cables, modems. They all come under physical layer. So the same has been shown here, है ना? जैसे मतलब एक-एक header add होते गया है. Originally the message has been received by in the application layer, and then as the headers go, then finally again the same thing has been shown in a block diagram, and headers getting dropped one after the other, and
Excuse
the
me, sir.
application layer.
Excuse me, sir.
So note to that how the message is sent. Yes, right? Yes, बोलिए.
हब दिखा रहे हैं कि फिजिकल लेयर में है, जबकि हब जो है फ्रेम ट्रांसफर करता है.
हब जो है
हब जो है
ऑब्सोलीट हो
सर,
गया ना.
नहीं, फ्रेम ट्रांसफर करता है ना सर, तो ये टूल होना चाहिए. हब जो है नॉन इंटेलिजेंस डिवाइस है, बट ट्रांसफर करता है फ्रेम. हब सर.
पता नहीं actually that's correct. Actually जो है ना this model, that's why I said in the beginning एक मॉडल है ना. So different manufacturers will be again following different models. अपना प्रोडक्ट्स को ये करने के लिए this is a very big market. The leading market in the world is IT, है ना. One is the IT and the second is the pharma. दो ही मार्केट है जिसके वजह से दुनिया पूरा so if you see, they will be different. It's very difficult actually to say. Even see the switches are available in data link layer, network layer, the route available. Overlap होता रहता है. जैसे one of our friend was asking what is the difference between L2, L3 switch and router, and so all actually it's a model. Itself model. It's not a strict thing. So if you find that when you go to this TCP/IP, they have gone for integration. We will see that also. ना ओवरलैप होता है. फिजिकल लेयर में भी दिखाते हैं, कभी भी दिखाते हैं. सो इट वाज ऑल अबाउट इवोल्यूशन. जैसे-जैसे इवॉल्व होते गया है, तो वैसे-वैसे जो है वो इट्स नॉट अ वेरी कॉन्क्रीट मॉडल नहीं है. वो ऐसे मॉडल एक्चुअली मैन्युफैक्चरर्स दे आर नॉट फॉलोइंग आल्सो. है ना, वो लोग फॉलो भी नहीं कर रहे हैं अभी बहुत से लोग.
सर,
So it becomes very difficult कि exactly इसी layer में ये आएगा करके. Just a tentative model given. Okay.
सर,
Yes, बोलिए. हाँ.
टेलीकॉम
हाँ
मैनुअल में
हाँ जी.
आईपी और नॉन आईपी में जो है, आईपी में हब को आईपी में रखा हुआ है, जबकि बोलता है कि नॉन इंटेलिजेंस डिवाइस,
हाँ जी.
लेकिन इसको आईपी में रखे हुए हैं हब को.
तो कहाँ है? नॉन इंटेलिजेंट डिवाइसेस ही है ना. हब इज ऑल्सो नॉन इंटेलिजेंट. फिजिकल लेयर में जो है सब नॉन इंटेलिजेंट ही है. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स एक्चुअली, है ना. एग्जैक्टली उसी लेयर जैसे आप देखेंगे और इंटीग्रेट हो जाएगा. There's no difference between the physical and data link layer also, है ना. ऊपर के सॉफ्टवेयर लेयर भी चारों को मर्ज कर दिया. They are having only 4 layers in TCP/IP, है ना. So quickly you cannot say that इसको इसी में रखना है करके नहीं है ना. So it's not very concrete model नहीं है ये. It's all more about software and all designs. अगर आप डिजाइन करते हैं हार्डवेयर, then it's nothing like that. And one day actually we may already, I don't know, it might have come also. You might have done away with all this model also. वैसे निकल है जो है, they will not follow this model. They will follow their own model also. It's all open ended. ना, software is all open ended. You cannot say this is just a model that has been in use, है ना. तो कई सालों से इसको यूज किया हुआ है. But somebody they want to maintain their specific identity in the market, then again they up some overlapping models also, where the two layers get integrated and all this. So this is how the same thing actually has been shown how data is transferred between the nodes. नीचे जो है हार्डवेयर लेयर्स है, ऊपर सॉफ्टवेयर का जो है इंटीग्रेटेड दिखाया हुआ, सोर्स पीसी टू डेस्टिनेशन पीसी. Different applications, if you see the computer applications, network applications, and the internetwork or internet applications. Okay, that you will have this MS Office, the animation, ये सारा computer applications है. And the network applications, you will have this email, file transfer, client server processor, network management, and है ना, ये जो है network applications. And in the internet network applications, you have this www, है ना, and the internet browsers, then conferences, just have audio, video, and data. Internet network applications can extend beyond the enterprises. Now we are having this enterprise edition WebEx. So again, as I was saying, we're all asking. So here this fellow, this TCP IP layer, if you see, they have integrated. ये जो है सॉफ्टवेयर का तीनों को they are calling it only as application, and only heart as layer, and the network is they are calling it as the internet. And here, as you were saying, that hub, it has been integrated now. The network access layer is being called network access layer. TCP/IP, you have only 4 layers, है ना, 4 layer है. ऐसे इसने इंटीग्रेट कर दिया इसको. So if you see the concept, TCP, you can just see this drawing. How logical connections are being provided, है ना, इतना लेयर के बदले में, या जैसे यहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन, प्रेजेंटेशन, सेशन, ये तीनों को, है ना, applications are able to handle all the things. The applications, the software applications, they are able to handle all the things. So the application X to application X and application Y to they have all been integrated using logical connections. Logical connections use करके. That is what is this transmission control protocol. Similarly, the next one is below the transmission control protocol, you have this IP that is having a global network address. IP address is a global network address. We have 2 versions, IPv4, IPv6. Okay, IPv6 is more popular nowadays. So there has been migration going on since years from IPv4 to IPv6 and all this. Okay, so below transport layer, that is handling IP, and it's all based on IP. And below that is the network access protocol, and then the physical, actually. Okay. So if you see the technically, the TCP and IP are 2 distinct protocols. Say they are 2 distinct protocols, and they are so commonly being used. That's why we call them as TCP/IP. But TCP is for the software part, and 4 that is being handled by the internet protocol. I mean the layer 3 that is being handled by the internet protocol. And TCP corresponds to the transport layer in OSI. So this is how it is. Comparison, if you compare the different suites, the protocol suites also have been given. The application layer is having MTP. Okay, if it is TCP is being followed in the transport layer, and DNS, domain name server, RIP. क्या है? What is this RIP? What is RIP? आजकल व्हाट्सएप में बहुत रिप मारते हैं, अगर कोई एक्सपायर होता है तो. इट्स नॉट दैट रिप मारते रहता है ना, कोई एक्सपायर हो जाता है तो आजकल. व्हाट इज दिस रिप? आ रही कॉल एनीवन? लोग सब गूगल एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, आप लोग सब गूगल करके सब बता देते हैं.
रेस्ट इन पीस.
हाँ जी, रेस्ट इन पीस नहीं यार. रोटर इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल है ना, दैट्स व्हाई. इसलिए मुझे मालूम था कि आप कोई बोल देंगे रेस्ट इन पीस करके, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा था कि जो मारते हैं व्हाट्सएप में कोई रिप मारते हैं, तो वो वाला रिप नहीं है. ये वाला रिप जो है, इट इज अबाउट द router information protocol, router initiation protocol also sometimes it's called router initiation protocol भी बोलते हैं, and MP, simple network management protocol, and it's definitely not rest in peace. Okay, so to be on the lighter side of it, rest in peace नहीं है वो. So similar is next is corresponding to the transport layer in the TCP/IP. This is again TCP and UDP are used. Okay, and here जो है ना, it is here you will find this ARP, IGMP, ICMP, ये सारे प्रोटोकॉल्स आएंगे आईपी में, है ना, इंटरनेट लेयर इन दैट इंटरनेट लेयर और टीसीपी आईपी में इंटरनेट लेयर जो लेयर जो है ओएसआई मॉडल लेयर में, तो उसका करस्पॉन्डिंग है इंटरनेट लेयर, and this IP is having different types of protocol like IGP, IMP, ARP, address resolution protocol, and all this. Okay, and corresponding to the last two layers of your hardware, data link and physical, the network interface layer. It's called NIC, network interface layer, and it is having this Ethernet, token ring, frame relay, ATM. ये ATM क्या है? Again, similarly, abbreviations are so rampant in this IT field, so confusion बहुत हो जाता है ना? इतने सारे abbreviations रहेंगे आपको कि उसको करते करते ATM लोग निकालना नहीं है डेफिनेटली, है ना? Yes, asynchronous transfer ट्रांसपोर्ट इज नॉट ऑटोमेटिक टेलर मशीन नहीं है ये, जिसमें से पैसा निकलता है वो नहीं है, कहीं ये प्रोटोकॉल सीख लें पैसा आ जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। ओके, सो टीसीपी is a suit for internet, so it can be used to communicate across any set of internet. It is more popular because it is more compatible, है ना? LAN WAN compatibility is very very high. That's why this TCP/IP suite for internet is quite popular, and the very popular applications like again terminal emulation and FTP may file transfer and all these specifications are included as common applications. So you have been seeing this different. So remote login is also possible, है ना? कहीं दूर से भी आप login करके you can manage your network, you can monitor network. Okay, that's why this SNMP is there, simple network management protocol, and name management is also there, है ना? नाम जो है उसको आप you can do. So haven't you given अभी जैसे WebEx में भी you have given your own names for your this thing, ना, roll number and name, all similar to that you can give all names. Domain names are possible. Actually it becomes very remember, human memory is very limited for numbers. numbers याद रखना मुश्किल हो जाता है, जबकि नाम याद रखना आसान होता है, इसलिए तो we need this and all. This is for our convenience rather than for the convenience of PCs and all this. So some similarities are also there between TCP/IP and OS, that you will find that both are a layered architecture and both provide some functionalities which are quite similar, and they are both protocol stack and reference model. All the similarities between and differences, if you see, there are many differences, like इसमें 7 layer है, इसमें 4 है. Protocols are replaceable in OSA layer. It's not to protocol in TCP/IP. Then protocol fitting is there, and here protocols does not fit. Okay, so all these differences you just go through. That's a approach, an horizontal approach. One is connection oriented and also connectionless. Here it is only connectionless service, and okay, there are some differences, you can just go through them. OSA is a generic and protocol dependent standard, whereas TCP/IP is standard protocol around which the internet has developed. Okay, because of this communication protocol of TCP/IP. Then OSI model defines services, interfaces, and protocols very clearly and makes between so explicit and protocol independent. That's why it is called protocol independent. Whereas in TCP/IP, interfaces and protocols are not clearly stated. Our one of our friends, they were asking that have been 1 and 2, a router in a switch in 3, 2 and 3, all these things. The TCP/IP interfaces and protocols are not clearly separated. It is protocol dependent. That's why it is like that. Okay. In concepts, basic concepts central to TCP/IP model are the service, interface, and protocols. Based on these 3 concepts, it has been designed. So you can just go through so many YouTube videos are also there to enhance your knowledge. You please see these YouTube. So already I have changed. If I am not given, I will give the full PowerPoint of this. So we'll focus more on this IP addressing. So IP addressing is all about in this layer 3 logical address, and we have two types, V4 and V6. Now version 4 and 6. Why do we need? Why did we? What was the necessity to go for IPv6 and that too 128-bit addressing? Because the requirement of IP addresses has been growing. IP V4 से V6 में जाने का मेन कारण ही आजकल जो है इतना बढ़ गया स्पीड ऑल्सो bandwidth. No, no, IP
bandwidth
addresses are not bandwidth is okay. That is one thing, but IP addresses ना पड़ रहा है. Long back actually we are not using much IP addresses. सारा devices जो है अभी तक हम लोग नेटवर्क किए ही नहीं है. If you go on seeing the demand, IP address will skyrocket actually. आपका एक एक आदमी के लिए every person may be needing some hundreds of IP addresses when we go into the fully networked world. हम लोग आगे जाएंगे and such new applications like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, ये सारा जैसे launch हो जाएगा, then each individual on earth में आदमी maybe they may need something like 100 IP addresses or even more than that. ये हर एक आदमी को 1000 IP address चाहिए होगा. So that is what is going to be the world in future. दुनिया में आगे जाके IP address की जरूरत पड़ेगा. Because all your devices, everything will be network. Just imagine अगर आपका घर में जितना है आपका कार होगा वो भी सबका IP एड्रेस नेटवर्क कुछ नेटवर्क हो जाएगा. So the demand for IP addresses is growing day by day. That's why we had to go for IPv6 and having requirement long back. IPv6 migration has been actually has been uh, class loan. Okay, even railway board also has given instructions. Sometime I believe at least some 5 years back itself, 4 years itself for migration to IPv6. But still we are comfortable. We don't need much. I think we are not fully networked organization. That's why it's going on. So address is a unique global address for a network interface. Yes, let network address in IPv4. You are right. That is the main reason. Ranjan is saying less network IP. Yes. Right. So we are comfortable still. अभी भी कुछ इतना कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है. So it's a unique global address for a network interface and 32-bit long identity. So network devices they need this IP address. Encodes a network number actually. It's a network prefix. It will be it is in two parts. So what is DHCP and all this? You just see the videos. It will be helpful to you afterwards. So dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay. No, able to play this. Just let me try.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Cerberus. Video, we're going to be looking at
Are you able to see the video?
DHCP is
Yes.
That's what actually see even also can read it.
Okay, so first off, some points on DHCP. DHCP stands for that. Its goal is to assign unique IP addresses to our host. It also provides other network addresses such as the gateway and the DNS address. It comes in two flavors, as a client and as a server. Right, yes. Here's our network. Two PCs, a switch, and a router. For our computers to work over the network, they need an IP address. That address has to be unique on the network. Otherwise, data goes to host A when it should actually be going to B. It is on thing become mess. Could assign these addresses manually. We only have two PCs, so wouldn't problem. Imagine if you had 200 PCs. Yeah. I don't want to be doing so. DHCP sort this out. Each computer will run a DHCP client. This will allow the computer to ask for an IP address from a DHCP server. This is where the IP addresses are managed. DHCP servers can be ran on routers or servers. It's like into a router, but in an enterprise network, it's likely handled by a server.
You're not getting voice,
When
huh?
you turn your PC on, if it doesn't have an address, it looks
Yeah, voice is my problem.
It's too low. Okay. That's okay. I just wanted to,
DHCP.
I wanted to test whether it's working or not. Okay. But the voice is low. Okay. Getting, but voice is low. Only video is coming. Okay. See, actually that way. Otherwise, also the voice is a bit low in. So basically, he's trying to explain the dynamic host configuration protocols, how the hosts and their dynamic, how it is dynamically allowed port addresses and all that. That is being explained in that video. Share. Yeah, already that links have been shared. Links have been saying share. Yeah. But their voice is low, they are saying. That's why I just stopped. Anyway, we are left with another 5 minutes, I think.
This is a broadcast message. Devices get this message, get it, and drop it. This is step 1. CP step. Step 2, DHCP offer. When the DHCP server gets the message, it says, cool boy, got some IP addresses. This one. It then sends the offer to the host. So it's given, the host will choose the first one it receives. Step 3. The host says, awesome, I'll take it, and sends the request to the DHCP server. DHCP sends the IP address to the host along with the subnet mask, the default DNS. The DHCP server keeps a record of all the leased IP addresses and their leased times. When the DHCP server it gives it a lease time. The lease time is a time period where the host will need to renew its address that we all take for granted. If one day DHCP just got up and left, well, we'd be pretty. Okay, so first off, some points on DHCP. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Its goal is to assign unique IP addresses to our hosts. It also provides as the subnet mask, the default gateway, and the DNS address. It comes in two flavors. It comes as a client and as a server. Right, let's see an example. Here's our network. We have two PCs, a switch, and a router. For our computers to work over the network, they need IP, not just any IP address. That address has to be unique on the network. Otherwise, data goes to host A when it should be going to B. Host A doesn't know what the is going on, and the whole thing becomes a mess. We could assign these addresses manually. You see, it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be a big problem. But imagine if you had 200 plus PCs. Yeah, we really don't. So, how does DHCP sort this out? Each computer will run a DHCP client, and this will allow the computer to address. Somewhere on the network, there will be a DHCP server. This is where the IP addresses are managed. DHCP servers can be ran on or servers. At home, it's likely built into your router, but in an enterprise network, it's likely handled by a server. So when you turn your PC on, if it doesn't have an address, look for a DHCP server. It just shouts out to everyone, hoping somewhere on the network there is a DHCP server. This is a broad message. All of the other devices get this message, look at it, and drop it. This is step 1, called DHCP Discover. 2. DHCP Offer. When the DHCP server gets the message, it says, cool bro, I've got some IP addresses. How about this one? It then host. If more than one offer is given, the host will choose the first one it receives. Step 3, DHCP Request. It and sends the request to the DHCP server. Step 4, DHCP Acknowledge. The DHCP sends the IP address to the host along with the subnet mask, the default gateway, and the DNS server. The DHCP server keeps a record of all the leased IP addresses and their leased times. When the DHCP server gives out an address, it gives it a time. The lease time is a time period where the host will need to renew its address, otherwise it will return back to the available pool of addresses ready to be pushed out of the host. This stops IP addresses being wasted anytime you throw a computer out or just unplug it. Okay, what do you know? The most important thing to remember here is this is a general overview of how DHCP works. Different vendors and different DHCP settings and can change these specifics, but the overall concept remains the same. So the 4 steps: DHCP Discover looks for server. DHCP Offer. The DHCP server offers an address to the host. DHCP Request. Host requests to lease that address. DHCP Acknowledgement. The DHCP server sends the IP address to the host. DHCP uses UDP ports. The client will use port 68 and the server will use port 67. Again, life without DHCP isn't worth thinking about. Pretty much everyone uses it every single day without giving it a second thought. If you like this video and more, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up, commenting, and subscribing. We're not mind readers, so let us know. That's it for DHCP. Thank you for watching.
हेलो, अभी आ रहा है?
Now is it tea time or not?
अभी अभी मेरा वॉइस आ रहा है कि नहीं? हेलो
आ रहा है सर.
हेलो, yes, okay, right, it's tea time. Okay, we will see. Okay, we will see. Tomorrow we are having 4 hours. The day after tomorrow 2 more hours. Okay, total
Okay, sir.
we will be covering TA2 and TA3. I just wanted to tell you that at around 16:30 there is a special class on tunnel communication. All of you can join. Join even 16:45, or you can ask permission from your instructor, whoever is taking the class, and join at 16:30. Okay, 16:30 or 16:45 as per your convenience. This class on tunnel communication. Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you all. Viva questions. Okay. We will have discussion once tomorrow and then we will share it. Okay. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
आज लास्ट क्लास नहीं है आपके लिए, तो if anybody interested you can join tunnel communication at 16:30 through the link which is shared in your WhatsApp group. టన్నల్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ లింక్ షేర్ చేశారు సార్ వాళ్ళ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టి రైట్ సార్.
తర్వాత ఇది యాప్ది ఏది అవుతుందా మొబైల్లో వస్తుందా రాదా మొబైల్ యాప్
ఇంకా చేంజెస్ చేయాలంట సార్
చేంజెస్ చేయాలా
వర్కౌట్ తను యాక్చువల్గా డెవలపర్ లేదు
మీరు రాలేదని అంటున్నాడు ఈ టైం టేబుల్ కూడా రావట్లేదు వస్తుందా?
టైం టేబుల్ వస్తుంది సార్ మళ్ళీ ఎక్కడ నుంచి రాలేదు నాన్ సిస్టమ్ ఆన్ చేసిన తర్వాత
ఇది మొబైల్ అయితే రావట్లేదు మొబైల్లో వస్తుంది మొబైల్లో రావట్లేదు
కొత్త వెబ్సైట్ సార్ నేను అనేది
కొత్త వెబ్సైట్ మొబైల్ అయితే రావట్లేదు మొబైల్ కంపాటబిలిటీ ఉందే కదా మొబైల్లో వెబ్ అయితే వస్తుంది వెబ్ పేజ్ వస్తుంది కానీ చాలా ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది
అది మొన్న ఏదో చేంజెస్ చేశారు తర్వాత రావట్లేదు అని చెప్తున్నారు
యాక్చువల్లీ అది వెబ్ యాప్ మొబైల్ యాప్ అన్నీ వెబ్ అంటే గూగుల్లో రాస్తే వస్తుంది
యాక్చువల్గా డెవలపర్ 3-4 డేస్ లీవ్ లేదు వస్తేనే కానీ మనకి
మీరు ఇచ్చారు కదా అది నేను చెప్పిన ఉండదు
అన్ని బేసిక్స్ ఇచ్చాను సార్